Lately, I've been trying to branch out of some of my more regular genres of gaming to try and find some hidden gems that weren't really on my radar. And one of the ways I do that is just looking through the Game Pass library every so often and seeing what catches my eye. Sometimes I'll end up finding something awesome and it's a game that I never knew about, and sometimes, well, not so much. But this most recent time, I stumbled across a game that I liked so much I felt I had to make a video about it. And that game is Lost in Random: The Eternal Die. This is a really fun and creative action roguelite that takes you on an adventure through a creepy, nightmare fueled world where you play as the Queen of the Kingdom of Random, Alexandra, accompanied by her walking and kind of talking board game die named Fortune. And you're essentially on a quest to defeat the evil that has destroyed the kingdom. And I know I just made the story sound kind of simple, and generally speaking, at least where I'm at in the game, it is, but that doesn't mean that it's not done well. It's very engaging and has some interesting lore in terms of flashbacks that take place in the game as you come across certain areas, as well as Alexandra having a history with a lot of the characters that you meet and interact with as you're playing the game. And I gotta say, I was really surprised with how much I found myself getting into this story. Part of that is honestly due to some really good voice acting in this game. Sometimes with indie games like this, you don't always get voice acting, instead, you'll just get some text on screen for dialogue. And that's never really been a problem for me or anything, but this game not only adds full voice work to the characters, but it's also just really well done. The effort put in that aspect of the game just really adds a lot of character to a game that's already full of it. Now, what really got me to try this game in the first place, before the story or the game itself could get me to invest in it, was the look of the game just based off the trailer. I don't honestly play many roguelike games, so it wasn't really the look of the gameplay that got me, but it was actually just the look of the world and the characters of the game. The vibe I got at first sight was that it reminded me of something out of a stop motion animated film, something almost in a Tim Burton kind of style, which immediately had me on board to at least give the game a try. But once I actually started playing the game, it didn't take more than about 20 minutes for me to really start having fun with it. I really quickly started to enjoy the concept of a roguelite. The idea of making multiple runs into this world and seeing how much further you could make it each time, and what knowledge and items you could gain for the next run was so much fun, and it had me instantly losing track of how many runs I had already made. The gameplay mechanics aren't complicated, but they are smooth and satisfying. It's simple but fairly stylish hack and slash combat, with a short list of different weapons to use, but all of which are really fun and feel unique from one another. And the mechanic and way that you use the companion character in combat adds a fun tabletop element, which is something that I thought was pretty creative and I really appreciated it. Upgrades, of course, are available for both the weapons and the character, which actually brings me to one of my favorite things about the game, which is the inventory and upgrading systems. When it comes to upgrades, there's really two kinds. When you're in a run, the in-game upgrades that you unlock, which go into your inventory, are all temporary and just for that specific run. But the upgrades that you make to your actual character from items that you've gained during runs are with your character from that point on as you continue playing the game. The fun part about all this stuff is the strategy of it all. The inventory upgrades are color-coded, so combining 3 in a row will strategically add boosts to your character for that run. And then, of course, you can create builds based off whatever your specific favorites may be when it comes to these in-run upgrades, mixed with the long-lasting upgrades and even the card system, which grants you special abilities in the runs. It's honestly such a good system because it sounds like a lot, and it's definitely well detailed and thought out, but it's actually really simple to use and easy to understand, which makes the learning curve period pretty short in this game, and that's always a good thing. This game has been so much fun to play. I've already invested quite a few hours into it, and I'm likely to invest quite a few more as I actually try to beat the game. But I can't recommend this one enough. It's fun, creative, and challenging, and it's well worth checking out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll be back again soon.